Truth in Plain Sight.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you're watching this show. We are here in the back alley of the greatest How to Change the World 2024 Sunday edition of basically getting all the people, the professionals, the thought leaders around really what's been happening in the last 4 years here in Canada. And one of our guests that we've been able to interview and be on part of the panel this weekend has been one of them, Vincent Gircys, 32 years, retired OPP officer that has been working on the side of truth for the people of Canada for as long as we've been going through some problems here. Vince, I want to say thank you, first of all, for standing up for Canada, standing up for us here in the world, really, to see a vestige of hope and, belief and trust that some of the people that are in law enforcement can actually be peaceful fellers that are here to give us some great advice in the future. And Vincent, what do you think? You've been able to watch the show. Give us some positive words as to what you've seen this weekend.
I think this is a really good continuation of what's been happening for the last 4 years. Some people think that this is all winding down. It is not winding down. It continues to wind up. We've been lied to and deceived. Well, I'm going to just go back 4 years, but it's been far more than that. But once we understand the lies and the deception, we really need to work towards this to expose the problems, expose the lies, and make changes in our lives that are way overdue. So, it's really important that whoever organized this event and other events in the future, Kellyanne and Jody and the crew, your entire crew that came out, it's very, very beneficial. So I'm just going to say that Canadians who continue to support these types of venues really goes a long way towards spreading truth and hope across this country.
Yeah, I think we've seen some really great legal professionals here, which we were part of that panel. We hear some great, here to see some great medical professionals. And I think it's going to be really awesome for law enforcement, whether active duty or retired, even military, to see that it's possible for people that are here to protect our families and our country to not only do it in times of need, but in times of, serious tyranny and control going on by a government where we are the people actually asking questions of our people to say, where are you? Where are you? Where were you for the last 4 years? We've been seeing a lot of bad news about the people that are there that have took an oath from our people, whether it's the medical or the professionals looking after our security. And I just wanted to say thank you, first of all. I know there's a lot of people that super respect the fact that you've been able to stand with us, including Mr. Bolford in Ottawa, and that you've been working. What's the organization again that you've been working with that you helped create with some of the other professionals that are in enforcement and protection?
Police for Freedom.
Police for Freedom. And so now you were mentioning during the panel that there are some legal actions that you're moving forward with. Maybe you could mention a couple of those just to let people know.
Well, we do have a civil suit, a number of plaintiffs who have had their bank accounts frozen in Canada as a result of the Freedom Convoy in Ottawa, where bank accounts were seized and funds were seized and accounts were frozen without judicial process. A lot of other harms were done by the government. So there is a civil suit that has now been launched against a number of cabinet ministers, banks, cabinet ministers, and police officers and other police organizations to hold everybody accountable. There were a lot of harms done to Canadians, and we need to see our way through this. And if it means doing it through a civil process, a civil court process, then that's what we'll do.
At the end of the day, there's a lot of Canadians, if not a lot of people around the world, asking questions as to the debauchery that's been happening in the last 4 years. And I think as good men in the world, I think we're all there to say, hey, we got some questions to ask for our families, for our kids, for our world moving forward. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for being one of those vestiges of hope of people that can trust in our law enforcement, whether they're active duty or retired. We're still there for you. So thank you so much, Vincent.
Thanks, and keep these events going.
We will. I mean, this is a perfect opportunity for us to see that, yes, through the freedom movement, there's been different groups, there's been different ideologies, there's been different people that have stood up and stuff. But now we've got the media together with the right people that are able to put the right shows together to give people more than just fear porn out there. We're actually coming up with solutions. So I appreciate you very much, Vincent. We'll be doing some more work, and we'll also be covering some of the proceedings that are going on with the legal cases. And I'd love to do an interview with you and anybody else that you think would be great to talk about the, how these things are proceeding. So thank you so much, my friend.
Okay, let's keep working.
Over and out.
Follow Truth in Plain Sight.